What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 28 of our Pokemon Unbreakable Ties walkthrough. In the previous video, we discussed our plan at the hideout and we divided into two teams. We are trying to stop the royal family and the magician from their mind control plan to take over the whole town using Meluetta, Nihilego, and of course Dynamo the Magician. So here we've divided into teams. It's Sakura, Liberty, and I, and we're currently at the theater, and we've bumped into Bayou playing piano here, and she's being really nice and friendly, but she can sense that we do not like her. Hopefully we can end up battling her somewhere down the line. She is pretty strong though, so she says don't doubt that she'll come for us. And we'll be waiting for that. I can't wait to take her on. But now that she rushes off, we're going to go back to Liberty and Sakura and discuss our plan, and then hopefully we can get investigating again. It does seem like there's a whole group of people to the left side here that aren't allowed in. Some bodyguards have blocked the way. But I'm hoping that we can find the area where Dynamo the Magician is actually performing. I think we need to go there in order to stop him. If they follow through with their mind control technique, we might be in a whole bunch of trouble. So now we're just going to explore the theater. It seems like it's a really big building. We tried to enter the northern section, but there's some agents blocking the way. So we're going to have to go back and have a chat with Liberty and Sakura and see if there's another way that we can try and enter. Maybe they have some other plan, or we might just have to battle them. And Liberty says he also saw Bayou here, and she's a big threat for the royal family. And here we've jumped to a cutscene of the other half of our team. There's Edward, Angie Stones, and Rudolfo. And they're trying to make their way in through the sewers, it seems. So we're going from two different directions, and hopefully we can all meet up and stop them at the right time. And here even Ida, she has decided to get dropped off in front of the royal palace. I think she's going to kind of be a distraction. So she's going to try and knock out these agents and cause a bit of a scene. And hopefully the royal family will think that we're trying to enter through the front gate. Meanwhile, we're trying to come in from two other secret directions. And here we've jumped to Estella. This is Professor Alama's sister. She is definitely the evil one out of the two, and she's basically been trying to find out any information from Professor Alama by any means necessary to try get this flute that apparently will summon a dragon Pokemon, who I believe might be Rayquaza. So she wants to get this dragon Pokemon under her control so that she can be in power. Professor Alama has tried everything she can not to tell any information, but in the previous video they even beat up Derek with the Machamp. So I think she's eventually has to fold and give them some information to let Derek not be tortured anymore. And here we're playing as Ida, and we've encountered a triple battle in the game. It looks like a whole bunch of the royal family guards came out, and we're battling 3 Pokemon against our 2, which is insane. I think this is the first triple battle we've ever found in a game. And the agent's Pokemon is quite a strong lineup. They've got an Arcanine, Tauros, and Manectric. That is quite a trio. And Ida, she sent out her Blaziken and her shiny Haxorus. So we're going to try our best and see how we do. Blaziken and Haxorus have both been knocked out, but we've still got 3 Pokemon left, so we're going to send out Togekiss and Milotic. Milotic is quite a beast. Luckily, we've got Arcanine and Tauros's HP down really low. Hopefully we can knock them out this turn, and then it's just Manectric that we have to finish off. So Tauros has been knocked out, Arcanine has been knocked out, and it's just Manectric left, so that should make things a whole lot easier. Instead of 3 versus 2, now it's 2 versus 1. So it looks like the tables have officially turned. And Milotic and Togekiss are going to do a fair amount of damage now. Unfortunately, our attack missed, but now on the second round, we're going to really give Manectric what we got. Our Togekiss got knocked out, but our Milotic still has full HP. And of course, we've got Latias, our legendary Pokemon. So I think Manectric doesn't really stand a chance at the moment. All of us are around level 59. I think that's the current level cap. But that's it for these 3 guards. We have knocked them out. What an awesome triple battle. They're all gone. And now Eldritch has popped out from the balcony above. And he seems quite alarmed. And all of a sudden Latios just flies in from nowhere. And it looks like he's about to do a super strong attack on Eldritch and the Royal Palace. But before it can attack, someone screams, "Go away!" and it looks like it's the bodyguard, William. He's just flown through the roof, and it looks like he's hit Latios into the ground before it could attack. This William bodyguard is really like a super villain. There's just no stopping him. He keeps coming back with different attacks. So now that Latios has been injured, it's down to Ida and Latias to try and stop William and get past Eldritch. And now Grovyle has just come out of nowhere and walloped William into the ground off the balcony. So it looks like we've got our revenge for Latios. That will show William not to mess with us. We jump to a cutscene where Edward and Latios were discussing their plan, and they both agreed that they were going to give everything they could to try stop the royal family, and that's why Latios came and swooped in to try and help us. And Latios is up again, and it looks like he's coming back for another attack. Nothing is going to stop him, and he's charging up his attack. Grovyle has jumped on top of Latios. What a scene! And he's just blasted the Royal Palace. This is straight out of an anime. This game and story has been insane. And it looks like Latios' attack has gone right through to where Estella and Princess Alama is. Grovyle has just jumped through the roof, and it looks like they're here to save Professor Alama from Estella just in the nick of time. So hopefully they can quickly run out, and Latios is holding Estella there. And now Derek is still locked up in the prison. We're gonna have to still try and get him out. It looks like Eldritch fell off the balcony with Latios' blast, so that's good. He's pretty injured too at the moment. And William is still lying on the ground, but he's up now, so that's not a good sign. He's definitely not going to give up either. So we're going to have to quickly make our way and stop the royal family. If we attack them from all different sides, there's not much they can do. So we're back in the theater now, and Liberty and Sakura have all joined us. And we're back to the place where the guards wouldn't let us through. But now this time, it looks like we've tricked them and they've allowed us to pass. Liberty lied and said we also work for the royal family. But we made it through, that's all that matters. They kind of caught on, but it's too late. We already made it past them. So they're going to try and chase us now. All the guards have us surrounded. That's not good. It looks like we might have another battle on our hands. There's 2 agents each for one of us. So let's see what's going to happen. Sakura and Liberty kind of agree that I should make a run for it and continue with the mission, and they will stay behind and take on all these agents. So I think that's a fairly good plan. They'll be able to handle the agents, I'm sure. So we run off, And the next thing you know, Liberty, he gets out of his suit and back where he's most comfortable, he gets completely naked again. When Liberty's naked, you know he's ready to fight. I love this guy. So now we get to play as Liberty and Sakura, and we've got another triple battle, 2 versus 3, which is absolutely insane. I love that this episode has triple battles in. It really spices things up. But we already knocked out one of the 3 Pokemon. There's just Mightyena and Scrafty left. They've replaced the knocked out Pokemon with a Houndoom. So these agents sure do have some strong Pokemon. They're currently only around level 56 though, so we have a bit of a level advantage. We knocked out Houndoom, but they've sent out Stoutland and Honchkrow. I think these might be the final 2 Pokemon. And Mawile and Pidgeot have been absolute beasts. They've just been knocking all of the agents' Pokemon out. Liberty seems to have quite a strong team. This Pidgeot has been knocked out, but now he sends out a level 62 Palafin, which is another super strong water type. So we've defeated all the agents. It looks like they weren't able to stop Sakura and Liberty. All the agents have fled, and Liberty sees this as a time to compliment Sakura and do a bit of flirting, but Sakura's having none of it. She says, "Stay away from me when you're naked." But now we get to play as Sakura, and Liberty is following us, so we can continue exploring. We can't go where Flips went. We've got to try and explore the other routes. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of agents here that we've got to battle. I am going to skip through these so the video isn't too long. But there's all kinds of corridors which are closed off by curtains. And all the curtains are different colors. So I think there's got to be some kind of way that we can open some of these curtains, and that will open us to new routes. So we're just going to keep exploring and see if there's a way to figure it out. Because you see, this curtain's red, the other ones were gold. But we're going to go all the way to the eastern side now. We're back to where the piano was. And it seems here there's blue curtains. So we've got red, gold, and blue. We've stumbled across 2 more agents to battle. There's a little Pokeball here that we've picked up. It's a full restore. But let's go through this door and see where we end up. Okay, here's a little lever that's stuck. You can kick it. And that's opened the red curtains. So there must be more levers for us to find that we can open more curtains. So it's kind of like a puzzle in a way. But now we're going to try and go through the red curtained area and see if we can find another lever. So on the right side it looks like there's a fountain, but on the left side there's more agents to battle and another door. So we found a second lever, and that's going to open the blue curtains. So I think now we got to go back to where we were. That was on the eastern side, I think, where the blue curtains were. I don't know why we've come this way. This is on the western side with the gold curtains. We're going to have to go back. The blue curtains were on the far east. So let's go back. It was near where the piano was, I believe. And then hopefully there will be the final lever for the gold curtains. We'll have to see if we can find it. Nope, that's the first lever. It was up here. Yes, the blue curtain. It can get a bit tricky remembering where all the curtains are. But we have found another full restore and 2 more agents to battle. And we've found the final lever. So it looks like that's going to open the orange curtains, the gold curtains. And we've found another blue curtain now. So maybe there's another lever. But let's go back to the far western side where the gold curtains were. And hopefully we can get somewhere. We've got to try and find where this magician is actually performing. Okay, we found another lever through the gold curtains. and that new blue curtain is open. So now we got to go all the way back to the eastern side and go through that new blue curtain, and then hopefully we will have been there. We've gone through the first blue curtain, but I believe there's a second one now that's opened. Yes, okay, we finally made it. There's another agent to battle, and through this door is another lever. And that's opened this next gold curtain. This is like a maze to try and figure this out. So now there was one gold curtain that hadn't been open. I think that's also on the far western side. Let's see if we can find it. All these curtains are making me super confused here. But that was the red curtain. Nope, we got to go to the far west. This is the middle. The middle section is where the red curtains are. And this was the one gold curtain. There must be another one further on. Yes, this is the second gold curtain. And 2 more agents to battle, and we've reached a staircase. And finally, we've reached the theater. It looks like it is fully packed. The whole audience is here. And yes, the magician Dynamo is dropping from the ceiling. There's a piano behind him. So it looks like we have finally reached it. And Dynamo actually fell. He didn't have a smooth landing. But his Meowscarada is with him. The whole audience is excited to watch him. But we have got to try and stop him before he starts his mind control tricks on the whole audience. So here Callio has just come out. So it looks like the performance is about to start. And all of a sudden, it appears that the roof of the theater is opening up. And it's exposing the full moon. It looks like there's a weird moon shining this evening. And there's a guy and his kid that gets a bit freaked out by this. And they decide they want to try and leave. But when they try and leave, it looks like all the guards are blocking them in. So I think they've kind of caught on that something terrible is going down. All the audience is pretty much trapped in here. And they're all going to fall victim to their plan. With the golden mask that Dynamo is wearing, Malouette's powers, it looks like they're going to try and control the whole audience's minds. And here we've jumped to the other half of our crew, and it seems they've set off an alarm, which isn't good news. Edward is here, as well as Celeste, Yang Xiao, and the whole gang. The only one not involved is Rudolpho, and it seems he's on his own mission. Rudolpho is missioning around. It looks like he's in some kind of tunnel. It's too small for him to pass through, so he asks his Ditto to go through. And now we can actually play as Ditto, which is absolutely insane. We're going to continue our Ditto mission in the next one. Thanks for watching.